I did 5 times COVID-19 test, and that uh, could make me fear, because I know, it's like passing an exam. You're passing like an exam. You did the test. You're waiting for the results to see if you tested positive or negative. You can have that fear saying, what if I get the COVID-19? What if I test positive? Yeah, we can think about that. It's like you wait for the results as if we are waiting for Jesus to come. That's why I say we should make ourselves busy. Should make ourselves busy so that we cannot have time to worry about something that is out of our control. We should make ourselves busy so that we have no time to worry about something that we cannot control. This helped me. This helped me because this is my body. I'm the one to feel it. I'm the one to feel my body. I don't want to feel sick because I tested positive. I don't want to feel sick because somebody said that I tested positive. I just want to feel myself. I want to feel me and do what I can to protect myself. But I don't want to be defined by the results of the COVID-19. I don't want to be defined by the results of the test. It's like the national exams. You fail the exam, you think that you are failure. You test positive, you think that your life has ended. Don't worry about that. Don't worry about what you cannot control. Worry about not doing something that is in your own control. Hello friends, how are you? How are you doing? This is Team Inspiration. We share love, we share hope, and we share dreams. I'm really grateful to have this time. I'm going to share a message that's going to inspire more people. It's been some 2 weeks. Not going outside, just in one place, alone in the room. I have been enjoying these 2 weeks from 28th to 10th, which date is today. Yeah, from 28th to 11th, that's the day I have been alone in a room, have been enjoying my life. I think I also love being alone. I cannot say because of this COVID-19, because of the rules, because of the policies of the government or the company. Yeah, but I still have to see something positive about this life. I have to see something positive about what's going on. Because you don't have a choice, we don't have a choice. There are countries where you have to stay home. The business have closed. There are business that collapsed. A lot of people have lost their jobs because of COVID-19. But this is something that we never experienced before. This is something that we never had before. But should give us a lesson that we need to learn in our lives. We should learn to be free. We should learn to think freely, to think independently, not always want to count on the news, what you are told in the news, what we read in the news, what we listen to the radio, what we watch on the TV. We should not take more time to watch the news, because if you watch too much news, it will be very hard to control our own lives. to be very hard to control our own lives, because there are a lot of things that are going on. There are a lot of things that you cannot control. So if you focus on what you cannot control, we find that even what you can control, we have no power to do it, because we are focusing on what other people are saying, we are focusing on what the government is saying, we are focusing on what the politicians are saying. We should not take much time to watch those news. You should not take much time, because people, they are doing their job, they are paid to do that. And us who are watching whatever they are showing us on TV, we are not paid for watching those TVs. We are not paid to listen to their radios. That's why I should not take much of our time listening to the radio, listening or watching the TV. Yeah, because there are a lot of things that are going on. There are a lot of things that you can't believe even if they are true. It's not our business. Let people do their business. And we also focus on our own business. We focus on what we want. That's how we can change our own lives. Because COVID-19, it's a virus, but it's fear. It's scary. It's making us fear. We are fearing one another. We are fearing. And that's the biggest virus. The fear. The fear that is spreading very fast. The fear on TV, the fear on the radio, the fear on newspaper. That's where they are spreading that fear of COVID-19. In reality, we don't know what's going on. That's why we should not give it too much time. It have been a year hearing the same stories. It have been a year. What can we do? Are we going to wait for people to say there is no COVID-19, now we can go out? There is no COVID-19, now we are free to do whatever we want to do. We cannot wait, because this time belongs to us. We cannot wait. We just have to focus on what we can do. Even while we are still home, we can still do something. We can still do something with the resources we already have. I'm saying that I have been in a room for 2 weeks. I have been inside, and I never even went outside to enjoy the sunshine. I have been inside where I am now, but I still enjoyed. I still enjoyed my time. Even I didn't want that these 2 weeks finish. Tomorrow I'm going to get out of this. I needed this time. I needed this time, but I didn't want to think much about COVID-19. I did different tests. COVID-19, in 2 months, I have done 5 times test. 5 times. Among three tests I paid. I paid one before I traveled to Rwanda. I paid from Ivory Coast, was almost $90. I reached in Kigali, Rwanda. I paid $60 for a test. And before I come, I paid almost $50 for a test. That's the same test for free when you are not traveling. In 1 month, in 32 days, I paid $200 for COVID test. This one made me think about what's going on. Am I making contribution to the African nations by giving this money because I needed that money? My family needed that money. There are a lot of projects that needed that money, but I paid it for COVID-19. Is it necessary that you do the test here? After 2 days, you do another test, and they say on TV that you cannot, the test should be in 14 days. So do you think it's reasonable doing the test today? After 3 days, you do another test, and each test you are paying. I met people from US. They said that the test was for free. It's only us in Africa, we are paying for this test. I'm not complaining anyway. I'm not complaining for the money. I'm not complaining for anything. But I'm saying We should leave this issue of COVID-19 to people who are dealing with it. We should deal with our own lives. We should deal with our projects. If they ask you to put on mask, put it on. If they ask you to do what, do it. But don't spend much of your time listening to those news, listening to those the fear they are spreading on the social media, because that fear will not help us. We need to work hard. We need to have that vision. We need to think about tomorrow. We cannot think about COVID-19 for 2 years. We cannot think about that. If we think about COVID-19, COVID-19 is going to become our God. The churches are closed. The public places are closed. So if we ever think about COVID-19, each and every day, COVID-19 is going to become our God. That's why I'm saying we should take more time, we focus on what we can control, we focus on what we can do. That's it. And we don't even have to give much time. Those news, those numbers of the new infected, the people are dying. We have had enough. People have been dying. We grow up, people are dying. Up to now, people are dying. We should not fear death. We should not fear death. We should not fear COVID-19. We should fear not living a life of our dreams. We should fear living a life we are not proud of living. That's the fear we should have. Not having the fear of death. Because everybody will die. We don't know when, but everybody will die. So we should not fear COVID-19. We should not fear death. We should fear living a life of not our dreams. Living a life we are not proud of living. Because what we regret will not be what we have done, but what we haven't done. We have talents. We have something we can do to make a great contribution to this world. That's what we should focus on. That's where we should spend most of our times. Let's reduce the time we use to watch TV. Let's reduce the time we use to watch news and the time we use to listen to radios. Let's reduce that time, because that's why they are spreading those news that don't help us to be free. That's where they are spreading those news about COVID-19. They have been doing this for a year. It's been a year spreading COVID-19. Journalists, COVID-19. TV, COVID-19. Radio, COVID-19. Newspaper, COVID-19. Those people are talking about that. They are paid to do that. They are paid. They are doing that for a living. How about us? Are we paid to listen to that radio? Are we paid to read that news? Are we paid to watch that TV? We are not paid. Let's leave that issue for those people who are paid to do that. That's their job. We should not blame them. They are doing their job. And I'm sure some of them, they are spreading those news. And even when they don't believe in them, they don't believe in what they are talking about. They are just doing it when they have a hidden agenda. We don't know. That's not the issue of our concern. We should mind our own business. We should mind what we want to do, what we want to realize, not just minding about those numbers, how many people are infected, how many people died of COVID-19. Yeah, there are many people dying of cancers. There are many people dying of HIV. There are many people dying of malaria. There are many people dying of car accidents. People are dying each and every day. But this COVID-19 is wants to make us blind, think that the only disease that exists is COVID-19. It's making us blind. That's why we should be aware. We should know more about life. We should know more about life. Everybody will die. If you not die of COVID-19, you will die of something else. And that's the truth. So let's focus on living life, not fearing death. And people who fear death is because they never lived. This is Team Inspiration. We share love, we share hope, and share dreams. I'm sharing this love from Ivory Coast, and we'll keep sharing positive energy together. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel, subscribe, support me, subscribe to my YouTube channel, Team Inspiration, and like my Facebook page, Team Inspiration. We share, we spread positive energy together. Thank you.